Hello all, welcome back to Shave with Peg Leg. We're going to do a 2-pass head shave today, just a quickie, just a touch up, because as you can see, my head is tore up. I used that West Coast shaving razor with the more aggressive head, and I used a rather sharp blade in it in the L01 titanium, made Swedish steel, made in Bangladesh, but they're still very sharp blades. And it was a little too much, and I got myself way more than I thought I did. Because once it started healing up, I was like, oh gosh, I got scabbies all over my head. So I just want to do a quick trim because I'm going to go see Mom tomorrow and rehab for Thanksgiving. So, there we go. So I just want to give it a quick touch up. This one here is sore. Ow. Dumbass. This one's sore. How about if I knock on it a few times? Just using the B-ball, it's just a clear gel. Apply by hand. You don't need a brush for it. Just something quick. You can't even tell I got anything on my head, but that stuff, it's slick. It would make a good pre-shave because it is so slick. Using the ATX Moto. The single wheel is the Moto. It's the HeadBlade Moto, and the one with two front wheels, is the ATX. Ow! I just took a scab off my head from back there. See, I almost didn't shave my head today, but I want to go see Mom, and I should look at least presentable, you know. This should all be cleared up by next Wednesday. I'd like to say Sunday. Sunday it'll be mostly gone, I think. But I really got into my head hard with that razor. It was a combination of the razor, the blade, and the operator not paying attention to what the hell he was doing and going too fast. I don't want to blame my equipment for something that I was doing just as equally bad. Because the equipment worked fine. It was doing what it was supposed to do. Well, except for the filleting of the flesh. Really wasn't supposed to do that, but that setup will. If you're not careful and not watching what the hell you're doing. And again, I want to say thank you, Dave, for all the goodies. Sitting here looking at everything and trying to decide what I want to clean first. And actually, with like the ballet razors and my Wilkinson sword and some of the gems, probably all the gems, there's areas I can't get into with my polish and my toothbrush or a rag to clean them. I'm looking at getting just a cheap $32 ultrasonic cleaner. Just, put water in it, a little Dawn dish soap, maybe some baking powder or baking soda. I think it's baking powder. Either one, whatever, I'll look it up. But yeah, you put those in there and you just let it run for like 3 to 5 minutes and it cleans them up pretty good. So I'm looking to probably do that. Get one of those. It'll save me some time and maybe clean some areas that I won't be able to get to as easily. Okay. Hang on a second. Let me get this goop on my head. Okay. I'm going to use this for around my ears this time. Just because See, I've got one back here too that you guys didn't even, you can't even see. I got one behind my ear. Sore. All right. In 1897, on this date, American inventor Andrew Jackson Beard invented the jerry coupler for hooking train cars together. Excuse me. Prior to his invention, you've seen the westerns, the old westerns, where they want to separate the cars of the train to let like all the passengers stay behind, and they take the cargo, the gold or the safe, and the engine keep going, and they want to pull the pin. It's like you got two steel plates that come out with holes in them and a pin between them that connects the cars. That was the old style. He invented the kind, they were like two C-clamps, and when they sprung together, they locked. So he did though, and he made two improvements to that. One in 1887, one in 1899. He was born in 1849. He died in 1921. He died a pauper, which is hard to believe. He was broke. When he got his freedom after the Civil War, when he was freed, he took up what he knew, farming. So he took up farming. And in 1881, we'll get to his coupler thing in a minute, he invented a plow. It was a new double plow design that allowed the adjustment of the distance between the plow blades that had never been done before, because they were always fixed. You had a blade here, you had a blade here, you had a blade here, and sometimes you had a fourth blade over here, depending on the size of your plow. And if it was a one oxen or one horse or two horse or two oxen contraption, depending on how many plows you had too. A lot of the one plows could be pulled by a large goat or large dog or a sheep, whatever, but 2 and 3s were usually pulled by a horse or an oxen or a cow. Anyways, he had an invention that allowed adjustment for the spacing between the blades in 1881. And in 1884, he sold that for $4,000, which in 2020 money was almost $100,000. Then he went back to farming. In 1887, 3 years after he sold his first invention, he patented a second double plow design that allowed for pitch adjustment. Usually the plows were just like straight down. Well, he allowed, you could pitch, you could twist them to how far you want the dirt to go. Usually they were just, it was V-shaped like this, and it was straight down on the ground, and it just boop. But he made it so you could do that, and I think also so you could rotate it backwards. But anyways, he sold that one for $5,200 in 1887, or equivalent of $130,000 in 2020 money. And he bought real estate. He went into buying land. After he did that, he got interested in train engines. And he actually worked in a rail yard. And he lost his leg. They never say which one, they just say he lost a leg in a coupling accident with the old style couplers, which prompted him to invent a new coupling system. Okay, he invents the new coupling system. Gets both of those. His couplers eliminated the need for the dangerous task of putting the pins between the two cars, because that's when people got hurt, is trying to get the cars to line up with these two pieces of steel coming together, one over the top of the other, and match their holes up so you can put a pin in there. And that's when, because the train would go too far and people get squished in between the cars, or they'd get a finger or something stuck in there, or they wouldn't get the pin all the way in and it was cockeyed and it was angled. You put too much pressure on it, it pops out and hits somebody in the noggin, whatever. But he eliminated that with the chink, and they're locked. Okay. They don't say how much he sold that for and how much he got it for it, though. Interesting. And thanks to his design, of course, now the couplings could all be done automatically. Nobody had to get hurt. Nobody had to be right there to put a pin in. Yes, they had stopper plates on the... They had the two pieces that came out in the hose line, but they had stopper plates here so it didn't go too far in. But those oftentimes would break because they'd get too much pressure when they got smacked and they'd snap off. At the time of his 1897 invention, his first coupling improvement, at that time the government instituted new safety protocols for trains, and the law basically said that all trains had to use a safe coupling system, which his was considered a safe coupling system, and it was the only safe coupling system, so everybody had to buy his patented invention. Okay. Here it is. They did say, okay, I forgot I did print it out. I'm sorry. I did this one yesterday. He was granted the first permit on the 23rd of November, 1897 for his first improvement. And it sold for $50,000, which was equivalent to 1,509,200 in 2018, back in 1887 or 97, excuse me. That was still a hell of a lot of money. And then to die a pauper in 1921, after his second patent for that, he kind of disappeared, and nobody really knows what happened to him until he was found destitute and in a pauper's hospital on his deathbed. Nobody really knows what happened to him except for that he got paralyzed from the waist down. He was paralyzed, and he died in the hospital. But nobody really knew anything about him from the time of after he filed for his second patent on the jerry coupler. What happened to him until he died in 1921? Nobody really knew. And if I didn't mention it, he was African American, which doesn't matter to me, but some people it might. Just a smart dude overall, really. Came up with 2 different plow designs. Came up with 2 different coupler designs for trains. Lost his leg during a coupling accident while working on trains. Just doing my pickups in my usual spots that usually don't want to shave right. Giving it a little more pressure. Not a lot, because my head's still sore. And that should do it. Yep, that's good. Smart dude though. He was a farmer, he needed a tool, needed it improved, so he invented it. And was able to sell it and make money on it. Because, I don't know about today, but when I was growing up, when I was a kid, when I was on the farm, there wasn't always money to buy things. If you needed something, you usually had a bunch of scrap whatever laying around and you went and built it. You built what you needed. Or you tried to, and if you maybe needed some parts, then you would buy the parts, but you wouldn't just go buy the whole damn thing usually. Because we just didn't have the money. Which Hazel with Rose. I don't need the alum block, and I don't want the alum block with those things, because a couple of them I know I took the scab off of them. So I don't really want to. Okay. Aqua Velva. I did wipe my head, didn't I? Because it's still, no, it's not slick here. A little bit still in the back. That's okay. Oh, crapola. I keep always forgetting about this restrictor being the size semi-truck. I got most of it back in the jar. I keep forgetting about that, and I just looked right at it too. You drive a truck through that thing. Okay. Johnson & Johnson baby lotion. Because I ain't one of the swiftest people in the world. Just that much. It's all you need. Pick up that Aqua Velva. Yes. Swish that around the head. That's good. Alright. That should do it. A little cleaner. Not perfect, I don't think. But it's pretty clean. I mean, there's not a lot of stubble left. Just my trouble areas really could still feel a little bit. But after my skin tightens up a little bit, most of that will go away. That's like when I shaved with this the other day, the firm blade. I said I still had a few right through here. About 40 minutes after I shaved, when my skin was all nice and loosened up, it was gone. I was BBS on the neck. It was all gone. It went away. So that's, if you get a chance to get one of these, some of them can be expensive, but my blade's a little out of alignment. I was playing with the blade again after I shaved with it, and I got the blade out of alignment. See, it's a little high up here. Sorry, I'll fix it. But I was trying to adjust it because I had it set back a little bit, just to be on the cautious side, and I wanted it a little bit more forward for a little bit more blade feel. Who knows what that's going to do. All right, guys, I appreciate you being here. I always love you all. Thanks to the new people and all my regulars, and to the new, thank you very much for being here. And oh, my giveaway. Yeah, how about that? Huh? You thought I forgot. I almost did, but no, I didn't. All right, in this video alone, hashtag I'm in. Hashtag I'm in. Okay? A reason I'm doing it in this video instead of doing a dedicated giveaway video is because there's been so many scammers out there lately telling everybody to contact me by Telegram or whatever, and I don't want that. So I will post it in the video, and that way the people that see the video and the whole video get the best chance. So in this video only, hashtag I'm in, and we'll go with that. And I appreciate you all being here, and I'll draw it again. I'll draw the name, pick the name next Wednesday. Probably before I do my head shave. Yeah, before I do my head shave, I'll do the drawing next Wednesday. Okay, $25 gift card to the razor company, courtesy of you guys. You put the work in using my affiliate link. Well, I used it some too, but you guys did. So it's going back to you guys. I think I'm the only one that does that. Everybody else puts it in their pocket. Anyways, no big deal. It's just, you used it, you get it. Okay, that's the way I feel about it. I'm gonna buy shit for my channel anyways. I don't really need donations to do that. Anyways, appreciate y'all being here. Don't forget to use the affiliate link if you're gonna buy stuff at the Razor Company. That way I can get another $25 gift card when it reaches $25 and give it to you guys. And don't forget to check out the 4 channels I will link in the description box and give them a like. Let's help boost their numbers. Just trying to boost everybody's numbers. That's all we're trying to do, guys. Help everybody out. All right. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. Now I'm going to stop babbling like a fool. And enough of the babbling fat guy in the camera. You're in the chair next. Happy shaves out there, guys.